If you struggle with being disciplined, then this video is for you. There are many times where we have not done the things that we wanted to do because we didn't have enough discipline. So today we will look at various techniques to become more disciplined, which include some military techniques, some ancient advice from Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius and Miyamoto Musashi. But before that, let's first define discipline. Discipline is doing what is necessary even when we don't want to do it. But doing what is necessary can be tough, and there are techniques to help you do more of what you want, which we will discuss later in the video. Simply, it is doing what you want to do effortlessly in spite of what you feel. But it is not that simple. Most of the times, you won't feel like doing it. There are some obstacles which makes being disciplined very hard, such as procrastination and laziness, but don't worry, we will learn to beat them later in the video. To become more disciplined, you first need to understand the difference between motivation and discipline, and they are not the same thing. Motivation is more about why behind your actions, and discipline is what you do. Motivation helps you get started, but you can't keep relying on motivation to get you started because it depends on your mood. But your mood changes with time. Sometimes you will feel like doing it, which is rare, and sometimes you will feel like procrastinating, but that is where discipline comes in. If you are motivated, you will do it, but if you are disciplined, you will do it every day regardless of what you feel. But why should you become disciplined in the first place? Being disciplined has many advantages. It reduces the decision fatigue in such a way that you don't have to consciously think about doing it, and there is no mental restraint associated with that task. Everyone wants to be more disciplined, but they don't understand that it is a skill that can be practiced. And most people fail to become disciplined because they make these common mistakes. If you are struggling with, let's say, exercising, then you might not have a fixed routine to exercise. You just do it when you feel like it. When you have a fixed routine of exercising 4 times a week, you will not struggle with discipline. With just having a fixed routine, you will become more disciplined because you know what to do and it is not dependent on your mood. Your moods might change, but discipline will not let you wander and keep you focused on your goal. The biggest hurdle to becoming more disciplined is procrastination. There is this interesting principle which is called the Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. If you give yourself 4 hours to complete a task, then it will take you 4 hours to complete it. But if you give yourself 2 hours to complete that same task, it will take you 2 hours. So having a strict deadline will help you beat procrastination. Beating procrastination is a separate topic which I will cover in the future. When we hear the word discipline, we often think of a soldier. So let's find out some military techniques to become more disciplined. Soldiers are trained to wake up, eat, work and rest at the same times every day. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter if you are motivated to work or not. It is the part of the routine and you need to follow it no matter what you feel. To apply this, you can set a strict schedule with specific times for waking up, working, exercising and sleeping, and stick to this routine. Help yourself become more disciplined by making discipline easy through a strict routine. Soldiers are expected to hold themselves accountable or they will be punished. This creates an environment where discipline is constantly reinforced, and instead of an environment of letting things happen and procrastination, there is an environment of discipline. Set up an accountability system where you check in with someone or hold yourself to strict standards. Soldiers are trained to endure hardship and delay comfort or pleasure until the mission is complete. This builds mental strength and the ability to focus on long-term goals. Practice delaying short-term pleasures in favor of long-term gains. For example, resist the urge to check on social media or watch TV until the work is complete or you hit your daily goal. Former Navy SEAL Jocko Willink states that by cultivating discipline, we gain more control over our lives, choices and outcomes, which ultimately leads us to our greatest freedom. Freedom is doing what we want to do without any external influence. It is only through discipline that we actually gain true freedom because we are doing what we want to do. Procrastination and laziness only hinders us from experiencing true freedom. Our own laziness becomes an obstacle which stops us from progressing and doing what we want to do. Discipline allows us to do more of the things that we want and not just the things that our moods allow. Discipline is not just a modern concept, but there is an interesting perspective of the Stoics on discipline, and one of them is Epictetus' dichotomy of control. There are some things that you can control and there are some things that you cannot control. You cannot control the traffic on your way to office, but you can control the time you leave for office to avoid traffic. Some things that are within our control are our own thoughts, actions, beliefs, desires and reactions, and some things that are outside of our control are other people's opinions, outcomes of events, weather, illness or things that happen to us. The main message of this is to only focus on what you can control and let go of everything else. Another perspective comes from a Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, who when he wakes up focuses on his duties regardless of what he feels. He might be feeling lazy, but he has a kingdom to rule. tool. You can use this by whenever you feel lazy, remind yourself that you have responsibilities and duties to fulfill, and avoiding them only hinders your purpose. Legendary Japanese samurai Miyamoto Musashi has an interesting take on discipline where he views discipline as embracing the path to mastery and living with purpose. He states that by clearly defining your goals, it helps you become more disciplined. He advises us to choose a path and follow it till mastery. Hardships are common and learn to navigate through the life's complexities through discipline. When you do what you say you will do, you are setting standards for yourself. When you do more of the things that you want to do, you are training your brain not to procrastinate and finish things in the present moment. So embrace the attitude of a learner and continue towards the path of mastery. Let's say you want to study for an exam, but the exam is after 1 month, so you decide to relax and watch Netflix. This will train your brain to focus on the short-term pleasures, and your brain will choose the short-term pleasures every time, which can be lethal for you. This hurts your discipline, but what if you could have enough discipline to complete the work? Actually, there is a way. If you're struggling with discipline, then one of the best ways to actually do the task is to literally force yourself to do that task. Just sit by yourself and just focus on the task at hand. Remove all distractions and do nothing except the task. I wanted to study, but I kept procrastinating and scrolling reels. So I removed the distraction and the only thing left for me to do was studying, and then I studied. Now you have learned to become more disciplined. Now use this discipline to read more books. And if you don't know what type of books to read, then watch this video next.